New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
New Thought Media Network presents A Grand Vision, a 30-minute exploration of the emergent vision of New Thought Media Network. Get ready to explore the grand vision.
And hello again, dear ones. Rev Dr Robert with you here on a Monday afternoon. Excuse me, it's 4 o'clock on the Mountain Time Zone. Time for a sip. Wash away that little frog in my throat. Thank you for being here with me this afternoon. You know, this is that opportunity where we get to take a break, relax for a minute, enjoy the afternoon, and at the same time, look at the grand vision for what's happening in New Thought Media Network, what's coming in the future, and what we've got going on what we've got going on. And I always like to start this program by sharing what came forward in this morning's version of the visioning process. Now, we weren't with you last week because of the holiday, gave everybody a little bit of time off, and we did have a visioning last week in the beginning. So I'm going to read 2 weeks worth of visioning. Last week, what came through for me, an ever-growing, ever-expanding network of individuals and organizations bridging the gap between what is and what wants to be, connecting the New Thought movement in innovative and visionary ways. A couple of other folks saw the ever-expanding reach of this network and a positive social media platform for conversations, connections, and shared teachings of New Thought. What came through this week, the both and of virtual and physical community, a physical home for a digital ministry, a ministry for the third millennium, a community dedicated to revealing oneness. Sounds good. Coming through this morning with Fiona, a platform tingling with a joyful and serene presence throughout. I must have written something down improperly here. I'm going to have to go back and check my notes. A platform tingling with a joyful and serene presence throughout the New Thought community. And my dearly beloved Laura shared serving and supporting, inspiring and uplifting millions around the globe, providing tools to empower individuals to take responsibility for and change their lives in the most amazing ways. Now that can sound like a lot, and from my perspective, a big vision usually is. The bigger a vision is, the more profound it seems. The more it feels like, oh my gosh, how in the world could we ever accomplish all that? Well, what I know is we accomplish all those things by taking one step after the other and moving forward one step at a time. And here around this network, what I believe is we're finding one step in front of the other. It gets us somewhere, but it's taking more people than we ever imagined. Well, I guess that's not totally true. I always imagined there would be many, many people involved. But where we are right now, we need more people to step up and say yes to what they want to various ways of serving and supporting this network. Now, we have a great donor base growing, and I don't want to get out of the weeds and say that people aren't contributing, because people are contributing and organizations are contributing, and we're having more of those conversations all the time. What we do need to do, however, is actually lift up our hands and get some work done. video editing, website management, community platform management, YouTube channel management. There are all kinds of places where right now I'm kind of the linchpin. Sorry, playing with the camera there, not intentionally. Where I'm the I'm the constriction point, if you will, and not everything has to go through me. So if you're watching this and you'd like to become a part of what we're doing, then by all means, drop a comment in the comment box. Let us know, and somebody will get back in touch with you for sure to take a look at where you might want to, where you feel your gifts, skills, and talents lie that you may want to get involved here. Be a great idea. And, well, the phrase that comes to me is the band plays on, right? Check this out.
I was made in the image. I was made in the image of love. I was made in the image. I was made in the image of love. Here and now I can see I was made beautifully. I was made in the image. I was made in the image of love.
Wish we'd all stop acting like we're strangers if we could see underneath. We are one family, and it don't matter where you come from. Every heart beats to the rhythm of one love. One love, one love. Every heart beats to the rhythm of one love. Every heart beats to the rhythm of one. What if we could rise?
Yep, that's right. Saturday night, September 30th, Patricia Bahia and Jesse Powers right here in our Colorado, our Arvada, Colorado studios, right here at our place. We'd love to have you join us for that. Now, and that is part of the vision. Some of you have heard me speak about the big vision that we have a New Thought music conference that sells out Red Rocks here in Colorado by 2030. And that's 7 years out. It's a ways out. It's twice as long as we've already been in existence. But by that time, we'll have 8 years, 9 years, something like that underneath our belt. We'll have been around long enough. But we have to plant the seeds today. And one of the ways we're planting those seeds is through these house concerts. So we would love to have you join us, whether virtually or if you can be live in Colorado. We would love to have you come in to Colorado and join us that weekend as well. Now, the fun part about all of this is, good old Reverend Robert here. I sometimes do some things that are a little crazy because as soon as that concert is over, I've got to pack the car. Well, actually, the car will be mostly packed before that concert even starts, because immediately following, I have to leave for Kansas City for Lee Summit for Unity Village and the annual ANTN retreat. So let's learn a little bit more about that too.
Blessings, everybody. My name is Jafon Seeley. Could you imagine what is actually possible when we start honoring and recognizing our inherent worth, realizing that we are that which is assisting in co-creating our experience? And with that understanding, start recognizing that every human, every individual, everything that we interact with reflects that same inherent worth.
It's not about an adventure, it's about the atmosphere of the consciousness of adventure, the lifestyle of adventure. How many people would say that their lifestyle is adventurous?
My name is Lisa Benson. I'm a diversity, equity, and inclusion consultant and the author of Anchored in Bias, Fired Over White Tears. It's a book detailing my lived experiences with workplace bias and what fueled my passion for normalizing conversations about differences and creating safe spaces for everyone to bring the best version of themselves to life every day.
Yes, it's going to be an incredible experience, and there is still room for you to get a ticket if you want to go to the Affiliated New Thought Network annual retreat. You know, I love their phrase, their mission statement: connecting new thought through compassion and love. Connecting new thought through compassion and love. Both individuals and organizations. I absolutely love it. I'm telling you, this is going to be an amazing experience. And you can pick up a virtual ticket. If you want to do that and you want to go virtually, let me know, and we can get you a 10% discount as a member of New Thought Media Network, both on the virtual side as well as on the physical side. So if you want to go and be on Unity Village grounds and join New Thought Media Network, we're going to have a large contingent of people there this year. We'll be broadcasting several of our programs from there this week, special live editions of Global Focus Today, a special live edition of Ministers Talking Shit, special live edition of Change Your Story, Change Your Life, Allie Benjamin and The Growing Edge, special live edition of The Growing Edge. All kinds of fun things happening that week in Unity Village. And again, if you're interested in picking up either a virtual ticket or an in-person ticket to that event, let me know and we can get you sent 10% off on that. So that's an important one to do as well. And, you know, these things are important in my perspective for the future of this ministry. These things are important for us to be able to go out into the world and articulate and give people hugs and hang out at dinner and help articulate to people what it is we're doing and what's happening with our program, you know, with New Thought Media Network, but how people can be involved. This is all about people being involved. Let's give a quick shout out. Hi, Shay. Good to see you, dear one. You were in my prayers all morning. So based on the fact you're here, I'm going to trust everything went well with your day today. I know it was probably something. I know it's something you don't do all the time. So I don't want to give up what happened. And I don't want to, just out you on all of that. But I know it was a unique day for you. So please know you were in our prayers this morning and throughout this day. It's good to see you here on the program this afternoon. So back to the big vision, the future. We're already looking into 2024. And in 2024, New Thought Media Network, we're going to be hosting an event out at Camp Cedar Ridge. And that will be in March, April. Oh my gosh, I've already lost the date. Let's go look that up real quick. Can't believe I've already done that. Lost the date for next year's event. May. That's right. It's May. May 3rd through the 5th. We're going to be at the Camp Cedar Ridge. And, for many of you, that May 4th, the first Saturday in May every year, is World Labyrinth Day. And we're going to be at Camp Cedar Ridge on World Labyrinth Day this year. Now, they're going to be having a labyrinth event. We're going to be having a labyrinth event. They're all going to be put together. We'll be there all weekend. And it's a great labyrinth. I'm now a little biased because I helped to build it, but as well as a whole bunch of volunteers that were there last year in May to help build that labyrinth. And New Thought Media Network is heading up there for our own event next year. More of the information on that coming later in this year, early in next year. But the vision provides us, and I think that this week's visioning said it really, really well. I want to go back to that for a minute. Let me pull that back up. I think that this really expressed it for me quite well this morning. The both and of virtual and physical community, a physical home for a digital ministry. A physical home for a digital ministry. That's the emerging vision. That's the highest vision for this New Thought Media Network. Is we have a physical home, studios, places to be, places to live, places to be together. Some might say an intentional community. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And I'll tell you, this part of the vision has been coming through for so long now. But a physical home for a digital ministry. And every so often, I'll find a location somewhere that makes me go, ooh, hey, maybe this. And every so often, different people send me links to different places and say, hey, look at this, look at this. Shay sent one last week, actually. Hey, look at this place. And every time we look at one of those. Now, many of these are beyond our current bank account, but not beyond our consciousness. I believe that when we find the right place, the money's going to be there. And as the money becomes available, that attracts just the right place. But it's really, I believe, about creating the mental equivalent of what it is we truly want. What is it that is absolutely going to work? And every time someone sends me a link or I spend a little bit of late night time trolling around the internet and I come across a piece of property or an idea, I get that mental equivalent of what we are creating, not what we can create, but what we are creating. That's what this ministry is really all about. What are we creating to serve the evolution of human consciousness, to continue to be a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, to support the emerging vision of a world that works for all? Speaking of a world that works for all, I got something I really don't want you to miss. I've got something I really want you to see. And of course, I didn't load up the overlay to go with this, so I'm going to do that right now real quick. I happen to know where it is. But tomorrow, I'm really, really super excited for something that's going to happen tomorrow. Because on our program, New Thought Today, my brother, Reverend Elzia Sekou, and I are hosting a very special guest. We are going to have Sharif Abdullah with us. And some of you have probably heard me speaking about Sharif in the past. He's going to be with us at 2:00. He's the author of this book, Creating a World That Works for All. Sound like a familiar phrase? Sound like something you hear me saying all the time? Yep, that's where we got it, folks. Sharif Abdullah. And this book was written, I think it was in 2009, maybe. It's not that brand new. It's been around for a while now. Let's look to 1999. Oh my God. 23 years ago, the man coined the phrase, a world that works for all. Now, are we there? Yeah. Does it look like we were expecting? No. Can we do better? Yes, I believe we can as well. Sharif's got a new book coming out, also Birthing the New Gaia, a new planet Gaia. I think it's called A New Planet Gaia. He sent me an advanced copy of it. I've been looking at it on PDF here, and I, of course, don't have it up with me. Don't have it on the screen that I want it to be on. That's all right. Tune in tomorrow, 2:00 Mountain Time. I promise this is going to be an amazing interview. Very excited for this one. So plan to join us for that tomorrow. And so back to the vision. So we're part of the transition team that is transitioning from an old paradigm and an old way of living into a whole new way of life. Sharif would call it the third millennium. We're transitioning. Some people would call it 5D. Those of you that know that term know it. If not, you can figure it out. Moving from third dimension living, three-dimensional, fourth dimensional living into a fifth dimension, into a brand, and you hear me use that term too, moving into different dimensions of living. One of those, and as we expand and as we grow, we're going to be able to let go of the old systems and the old paradigms that don't serve and embrace new ways, new organizations, new things. That's what this network is about. That's what, excuse me, that's what the ANTN conference is in many ways about, is helping everyone to birth a new vision of the emerging paradigm of spiritual living. A world that does work for everyone, a world where borders are irrelevant, a world where there's emphasis on art and beauty and aesthetics, a world where there is no lack of food or water and everyone has ample access and has ample food, water, and shelter. A world where corporations are not ruling the bank accounts. A world where parents and children can rest easy being who they are and not be accused of pushing an agenda or grooming or any of the other terrible things that we do see out there happening in the world right now. Those things that we see that do not appear to be supportive or not professing and moving life forward. Well, those are things we're becoming aware of, but they're there to remind us of what it is we do want. They're there to show us that when we see something that says, that don't work, that's not how it works, that's not how any of this works. Those are the opportunities for us as individuals and as organizations to stand up and share the vision of what we see differently. A world where everyone is honored for the unique expression of the divine that they bring into this life. Where everyone is honored for the unique contributions they offer to this evolving vision of life. See, for me, folks, it always comes back down to the people. Now, not all of us see the world exactly the same way. That seems pretty obvious. Not all of us participate the same way. That's very obvious. And yet everyone, and here's the key, everyone, even those I don't agree with, even those I would never vote for, everyone brings something to the table. Even if it's an example of what we don't want to see anymore. You often don't hear me speak about politics per se, and I do often speak about the particulars that go along with politics. I saw an article this week that a very polarizing politician has announced that they will run for their House seat for re-election into the House of Representatives again at the age of 83. And will be running in the 2024 election at the age of 83. Now, my personal opinion is, hey, stop that. Get off the pot and let's mentor and let's pass that along to someone younger, to someone perhaps a bit more suited to an emerging vision. So let's not hold on to something that we've always been or always done just because that's the way it's always been. or that's the way we've always done it. There comes a time where every one of us has to release and let go of what we are, what we're doing, where we are in the world, and mentor and support a younger generation in fulfilling that same need, or that same role, or that same experience. And so truthfully, it doesn't matter to me what you believe. At age 84, I believe it's time to pass the baton, not try to hold on with all your might. Holding on is often the fear. It takes true courage, and it takes a depth of maturity to release and let go of something that maybe we know we have done so well at, right? And I'm not arguing this person's history or record. I'm not saying they haven't contributed. What I'm saying is that at a certain time, we have to let go of what we've always known to embrace even more. And sometimes that more is nurturing a younger generation, mentoring a younger generation to fill your shoes. So, yeah, that day will come here. That day will come when this isn't the Reverend Robert show any longer, where leadership and the vision and all of it is handed into a younger generation. But until then, I want to have some fun. Until then, I want to be able to bring forward new and innovative ways of being in spiritual community, whether in a physical location or not. And right now, as you hear, we're gonna continue to gather in physical locations on occasion, not all the time, but as we can. Places like the ANTN conference, other conferences, other gatherings of the national body, if you will, of New Thought, and continue to create unique gatherings like the Jesse Powers concert, to create unique weekend retreats. My dear beloved Lara and I are talking about having a small weekend retreat here in the Colorado area early next year, mid next year. So we're not exactly sure when we want to do this, but we know we want to do it. And when the time is right, it reveals itself and we know it. There is so much good happening in this world. So I just realized I'm about running out of time, and we have yet to say thank you to our organizational sponsors and individual donors. So let's do that real quick before we run out of time, and I'll be back. Don't go anywhere, folks. Stay with us. Help us say thank you to the people that make this happen financially. Please help us say thank you to our organizational sponsors, including the Hepperlin Foundation, Affiliated New Thought Network, International New Thought Alliance, Science of Mind Archives and Library Foundation, Center for Spiritual Living Denver, Center for Spiritual Living Midtown, New Thought Philadelphia, Planned Happiness Institute, Summit Center for Spiritual Living, One Heart Retreats, Center for Spiritual Living on the Lake, Unity Spiritual Center, Kitchener, Om Center for Spiritual Living, La Mesa, Satya Center, Center for Spiritual Living, North Jersey, Unity of Savannah, and Center for Spiritual Living, Seattle, as well as all of our individual donors. Thank you for making New Thought Media Network a place to be. Please come be you. And remember, like, share, and subscribe. New Thought Media Network, positively inspiring. Yes, thank you to all of our organizational sponsors and individual donors. You are part of the lifeblood that makes this network run and helps us to get the word out across the planet. Speaking of across the planet, we throw that word global around. I'm going to run into overtime here, folks, so don't go anywhere. When we talk, and this will be my last point of the day, when we talk about global, we specifically put that word in our vision and mission statements when it was only me. When it was only me. And I want you to know that in the last just over about 3.5 years now, I guess. Yeah, about 3.5 years now. That global word has expanded and has grown for us. And I was very recently on a conversation with a dear friend and a former practitioner student of mine from South Africa. And we had kind of lost touch and lost track of each other's ministries. And I did not know that he was heading off to ministerial school. And he did. And he's done. And he's graduating. And we're having conversations around how New Thought Media Network can support him and how he can support and be a part of what we're doing. Folks, we never know how the ripples we cast, how the seeds that we plant are going to blossom, how those ripples that we cast into the universal waters of life are going to come back around and serve and support and grow and in so many amazing ways. And this is another one of them. So I don't want to say too much because we're not completely done with determining what it's going to look like and what exactly we're going to call it and all those things. However, what I want you to know is we have been holding this vision for so long, and it is now coming into fruition in so many ways that the future of this ministry is incredibly bright. The people we're going to connect with, the people we're going to interview, the people we're going to share space with and share meals with, and the people that we'll never actually touch physically, but we will be able to connect with virtually. Remember, we're talking about a physical home for a digital ministry. That vision's coming true. How soon? Where exactly? Well, that's something we'll have to keep you in the loop about. And that's something where we say more to come as it becomes revealed. I'm Dr. Robert. I'm going to get out of here for now. I want to thank you for taking time to be here, taking time to listen to what we're doing, taking time to contemplate, how do I want to get involved? And if you do want to get involved, hey, just send an email, info@ntmedia.org. That's info@ntmedia.org. Of course, I can't find that email here in my stack of banners, but you know what? You can reach me at Minister Talk too. Minister Talk at ntmedia.org will work just as well. All right, I'm Dr. Robert. I'm getting out of here for now. I thank you for being here. You are amazing. I love you. And I only wait, and I cannot wait. I'm so looking forward to the next time we're in the same physical space and I get to give you a hug. Until then, though, I wish you peace and richest blessings. Bye now.